everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make my favorite chicken curry and pea pulao. So what I've got here is 1 kilo of chicken, and that's a mixture of legs, thighs and breasts. I mean, you could make just with breast, but I think it comes better if you have bones in it. Okay, so that's that. I've got 5 chopped up onions in here, 3 are for the curry and 2 are for the rice. And I've got, you take 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste that you can get at any Indian shop. Got a tin of chopped tomatoes for later, garam masala for later. You need green coriander for later, but that I keep in the freezer chopped up, so I'll show you as we go along. Now this is the main ingredients in the chicken curry. Okay, if you get this right, your curry will come nice. So what we need is Jeera. In India we call it Jeera, and here it's cumin seeds. So 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds or powder. Chili is as you would like it, hot, because I like the curry very hot. So for the 1 kilo of chicken I would put 2.5 teaspoons of chili. You could put just 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and 1 teaspoon of Indian couscous. We call it khus. Here they call it couscous, but it is not the, it's called the poppy seeds. Okay, so and then you have 7 to 8 green cardamoms, and this is mace. Okay, in India we call it Javitri. So I believe this is the flower of nutmeg, comes from the nutmeg plant. Okay, so we've got all this. So now we go in here, and I use my Indian cooking spoon. You would call it a ladle. So I've already got 2 of these, 2 spoonfuls of oil in there. When the oil is nice and hot, you put around 3 of the onions in there. Now the thing is that you need to keep this, onions need to cook till they're nice and brown. Okay, so while the onions are cooking, we'll make the paste. Okay, so now you need a grinder, not a blender, a grinder, and you put all of this in here. Then you put the ginger garlic in here as well. Then I need to grab a little bit of water. Okay, I need to put water in here. While the onions are browning, it takes time for the onions to get brown, and you blend it. Okay, now while the onions are still browning, it's like still sweating, you put around 2 or 3 bay leaves in it and keep browning it. Keep browning the onions. The onions have to be like dark golden, but not black. Okay, this is what the onion should start to look like. Keep going till it gets a little bit more brown, and we're nearly there, ready to put the masalas. Okay, that's how brown we need the onions. Okay, and then we add the masala that we just ground. Okay, you can see there's some in the bowl. Don't let it go wasted. Rinse it out with a little bit of water. And you add that as well. And now you keep browning the masalas, which we call in India bhunjoing the masalas, for at least 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes we'll add the tomatoes. So this is what the masalas should start to look like. Make sure it doesn't get caught underneath. You have to carry on stirring it. And now we're going to add the chopped tomatoes. And keep stirring the chopped tomatoes for another 5 minutes. Now that the tomatoes have had 5 minutes of browning and stirring, we add the chicken. And we add the salt to taste. I actually don't measure anything, but I'm measuring it for you all. And now you put the chicken in there, and now you keep stirring it. Remember, if you have to keep stirring it, it will start getting caught underneath otherwise, and then it will have like a burnt taste. You don't want that. Unless you want to lower the heat, but I don't, because I don't move from here. So keep stirring the chicken and the masalas for around 10 minutes. Okay, so now you can see the color is changing of the curry, the chicken curry, becoming like a nice red color. Sometimes actually you need more than 10 minutes. So once that's done, now you're going to add a teaspoonful of garam masala. And then you're going to add water for the gravy. Okay. Mix the garam masala a little bit. That's it. And now you put gravy according to how much gravy you want. That's 1 cup. Okay, I think we need a little bit more water. So say 1.5 cups of water, and now we will let this gravy and the chicken cook for another 10 minutes. And you can put it on a lower heat. Once it starts bubbling, lower the heat. And there you go. So once that's cooking. Now while that's cooking, we can go on to making the rice. Now for the rice, what we need is, there's 2 cups of rice in there, which I washed 2 or 3 times and then soaked it in water for at least 10 minutes. But if you don't have the time to soak the water, sometimes I just make it quickly. So but this is soaked rice for 10 minutes. And this is the rest of the 2 chopped onions that we had, and I put 1.5 ladle spoon of oil in there. So first you do is put the onions. Before the onions, let me show what goes in with the onions. Few bay leaves, 2 or 3, 8 to 10 cloves, teaspoon of peppercorns, some cinnamon sticks. This is called flour, Phool. You get this at an Indian shop, but if you can't find it, don't worry about it. Sometimes I make it without that. Okay, so when the oil is hot, you put the onion. And now with the onions, you put all these dry ingredients. Okay. Now you have to let the onions sweat only to a golden brown, not dark brown, very light golden, honey color. Okay, and then I'll show you what to do. So that's the color of the onions. It's very slight golden, and that's the rice that I've already drained. So put the heat down a little bit so the onions don't get too brown. And now we're going to put the rice in. Okay, give it a little stir. And now, because this is a pea pulao, pea fried rice, a cupful of peas, add in there. Give it another stir. And then we add salt. Rice needs extra salt. So for these 2 cups, at least 2.5 teaspoons of salt. Just fry for a minute or so. And put it high a bit. Okay, and then it's time to add the water. So it was 2 cups of rice, so it will need 5 cups of water. So I've already measured the water. You need to use the same cup that you measured the rice with. Okay. Put the water in. Make sure all the rice is inside the water. And now you wait until it starts to boil. Okay? So, in the meantime, let's see what the curry is doing. Curry looks lovely. Now it's had its 10 minutes. And the gravy, if you think it's too thick, this is the point that you add some more water, but this is perfect. So all we need to do is put it off and garnish it with coriander. Now coriander, I buy fresh coriander from the shop, from the Indian shop, and I wash it, put it on a tea towel for a little while to drain all the water, and then I chop it and then I freeze it in a packet. So that's frozen coriander. It's perfect. Put like a fistful of coriander and give it a stir. And there you go. That's your chicken curry. This is how it should look like. This is a proper Indian made chicken curry, homemade chicken curry. Try it and don't forget to tell me in your comments what you thought of it. Is it chili? Remember, chili is up to your taste. Okay, so now we'll see what the rice is doing. It's still not boiling. Okay, so we shall wait for the rice to boil and then I'll show you what we do. Okay, now as soon as you see it starting to boil, that's crucial now for the rice not to get caught underneath. So what you do is, we use this in India, but you could use a flat pan or something that stops it from getting caught. So you put that underneath it, and then you lower the flame. 3 things you have to remember. Put something underneath it. If you don't have anything, make sure you put the rice pot on a very slow flame. So even with this, put the flame down and you take foil and then you put it around there and then you put the lid, and now you do not touch this rice at all. For 25 minutes, just leave it alone. And then after 25 minutes, you got perfect pea fried rice. So enjoy the chicken curry and the rice. I'll show you what it looks like as soon as it's done. Okay, now we've had our 25 minutes, so you can put the gas off. And this is what your rice should look like. Every grain separate. Okay, so that's delicious, and that's the chicken curry. So hope you enjoy my lovely chicken curry and my rice. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the notification button so you can get the warning for the next upcoming videos. For next Wednesday, I'm going to cook an Anglo-Indian dal curry. Which dal means lentils, red lentils, and lamb. So it will be dal curry and white boiled rice. So till then, thanks for watching, keep safe, and see you next Wednesday.